No country in the world should second guess China-Pakistani solidarity, and the Pakistani side has the full benefit of all the military advances that China has made over the decades. So don't pretend to be surprised if China and Pakistan closely cooperate in defending the legitimate of Pakistan, in defending its sovereignty and territorial integrity.
See, 4 times in the past, we have given evidence. We have told them we have an investigation. We have given material. Even after Mumbai attacks, we gave them material. Do you think these Pakistanis listen? They understand only the language which we gave them. Also, see, the thing is, forget Pakistan, it's a small country. Between India and China, don't get emotionally entangled with Pakistan. Now, I'm telling you, see, it's not good for China. Do you disown the air defense systems you gave them?
The aerial result of that confrontation between India and Pakistan earlier in this month is well known to the rest of the world.
The whole world knows exactly why I'm asking you. Do you still own up to the air defense system of Pakistan?
Lost that aerial confrontation, and it is not Pakistan.
The thing is, when two nuclear neighbors throw punches, it's the quiet guy in the corner who walks away with the prize. That's exactly what happened in May 2025, when India and Pakistan engaged in their latest border skirmish. For 4 intense days, the world watched as these arch-rivals traded missiles and airstrikes, with both sides eventually claiming victory. But while Delhi and Islamabad were busy with their victory parades, Beijing was quietly counting its winnings. Today we're diving into how China emerged as a victor in a conflict it didn't even participate in. And speaking of victories, let's take a look at India's response to this military embarrassment.
India's own 5th generation fighter jet called Advanced Medium Combat.
So there you have it. Because India took a licking from Pakistan using Chinese high-tech military technology, they have displayed what can only be described as a model aircraft with motorbike engines. And they call it a 5th generation fighter jet, which won't fly for at least 3 years, 2028, they said. The question that I have, what's the point bragging 3 years in advance? What's the point bragging about something you don't have yet for at least 3 years? Doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me.
This brings us to India's Rafale dilemma. India spent 7.8 billion euros on 36 Rafale jets from France, with the final aircraft delivered in December 2022. They even signed another deal in April 2025 for 26 naval Rafale M fighters at a cool $7.4 billion. That's a lot of rupees for planes that apparently couldn't handle Chinese technology in the hands of Pakistan's ace pilots. But here's the kicker. France refuses to give India access to the Rafale source code. Despite persistent diplomatic overtures, Dassault Aviation won't hand over the critical software backbone that governs the jet's mission systems, weapons integration, and avionics suite. Why does this matter? Because without this code, India can't embed its own indigenous weapons like the Astra Beyond visual range air-to-air missile or the Rudram anti-radiation missile into the Rafale ecosystem. Meanwhile, Pakistan and China are in a technological honeymoon phase. The J-10 and the J-17 aircraft that Pakistan deployed are co-produced with Beijing. That's not just buying weapons, that's sharing technological DNA. The Pakistani Air Force has leveraged this partnership to develop pilots with extraordinary proficiency in these systems, creating a force that can maximize the potential of Chinese hardware in ways that have clearly caught India off guard. As Pakistani security analyst Imtiaz Gul put it, it took the Indian planners by sheer surprise. They didn't probably envision the depth of the cooperation in modern warfare between Pakistan and China. Which brings us back to India's advanced medium combat aircraft announcement. After taking a beating from Pakistan's skilled pilots using Chinese technology, India's response was to unveil what our clip accurately described as a model aircraft with motorbike engines that won't fly until at least 2028. It's the military equivalent of losing a fight and then saying, yeah, but in 3 years I'm going to be really strong. Not exactly intimidating, is it? It's like challenging someone to a race, getting lapped, and then announcing you've designed a car on paper that might be built in 3 years. The psychological impact here can't be overstated. India, which has positioned itself as an emerging global power and regional counterweight to China, just had its expensive French jets apparently outperformed by Chinese technology in the hands of Pakistan's highly trained fighter pilots. That's not just a military setback, it's a national embarrassment.
This is Laser Eyes, India's External Affairs Minister, known for his tough and assertive stance. He was selected to present India's case after the altercation with Pakistan.
And where was the US in this process?
Here was his Laser Eyes response.
Well, the US was in the United States. I mean, obviously there were US,
Well, Minister, we know that. We were hoping for something a bit more laserish.
But China's victory extends far beyond just proving its military technology. China has invested more than $50 billion in Pakistan as part of its China-Pakistan economic corridor. A weak Pakistan is simply not in China's interest. This conflict has strengthened the China-Pakistan alliance in ways that money alone couldn't buy. It's validated their military cooperation, boosted Pakistan's confidence in Chinese equipment, and sent a clear message to India about the technological gap. The Pakistani pilot's exceptional performance has also demonstrated that the partnership goes beyond hardware. It includes training, tactics, and operational expertise to have created a formidable fighting force.
Indian Defence Ministry-led research group alleges that China provided air defence and satellite support to Pakistan during its recent clash with India. It suggests Beijing was more directly involved in the conflict than previously disclosed. For more on what this means for ties, just as India and China were beginning to mend relations after several years, we're joined by government reporter Sudhi Ranjan Sen. Sudhi, how exactly did China help Pakistan during that conflict?
Well, from what we are getting to hear from the government right now is that China helped Pakistan reorganize its air defense, and at a very critical time. This is just after 26 tourists in Kashmir are killed, and there is a clear statement that is coming, or an statement of intent coming from Prime Minister and Government of India, that there is going to be retaliation. So it clearly shows a direct involvement of China, which we did not know. In addition, what we have reported is that China adjusted its satellite passes over India to kind of pick up the deployments, the movements of the military on the Indian side, and the assessment is that these were passed on to Pakistan. So it's a much more direct involvement than just the use of weapons that was known to everybody, and this is kind of coming out for the first time from India.
And this wouldn't sit well with India. What does it mean for India-China ties when, they're just beginning to warm up?
Well, this would be a huge hurdle. This would be one of the major factors, that now India will have to consider. In fact, what we are also getting to learn that now India kind of plans in its, when it's planning for possible conflicts, hostilities in the neighborhood, it plans for a joint front between of China and Pakistan, which is a kind of a complete game changer if you look at it, because then therefore the frontier that India will have to look at when it's planning its military capabilities and strategies is as long as 700 something around 7,000 kilometers long, which is a huge frontier. There is no difference therefore between the western borders with Pakistan and the northern and eastern borders with China. So that is a huge change that the military is looking at.
Pakistan emerged as the clear tactical victor in this conflict, with its highly skilled fighter pilots demonstrating mastery of aerial combat that left India scrambling for explanations. The precision, coordination, and sheer effectiveness of Pakistani's Air Force wasn't just impressive, it was transformative for the region's military balance. These pilots didn't just operate Chinese equipment, they showcased what happens when exceptional training meets advanced technology, delivering a performance that military analysts will study for years to come. The Pakistani victory stands on its own merits. A smaller nation outmaneuvering a larger adversary through superior tactics, better training, and remarkable pilot skills. This wasn't just about the tools they used, it was about how brilliantly they wielded them. When Pakistan's pilots took those Chinese-made J-10 and J-17 aircraft into combat, they weren't just flying machines, they were extending the boundaries of what these systems could accomplish. And while Pakistan rightfully celebrates this military achievement, China too has found reason to smile. Without risking a single pilot or aircraft, Beijing has seen its military technology validated in actual combat. Its defense industry's market value surged, and its strategic alliance with Pakistan strengthened. The Chinese defense establishment couldn't have asked for a better demonstration of their systems' capabilities than what Pakistan's elite pilots delivered. As India scrambles to develop indigenous fighters that won't be ready until 2028, and Pakistan cements its reputation for having one of the most skilled air forces in the region, Beijing can appreciate how this partnership has advanced its strategic interests. Pakistan won the battle through skill and courage, while China gained valuable strategic positioning. A rare instance where two allies can each claim different but complementary victories. In the high-stakes game of Asian geopolitics, Pakistan proved its military prowess on the battlefield, while China demonstrated that sometimes the most effective strategy isn't fighting yourself, but supporting those who can fight exceptionally well. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another upload. Let me know in the comments section your thoughts. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.